Hi everyone, this is Sue with So Crafty. This video is going to be a little different because I'm actually going to hold my phone to try to film this, so it might bounce around a little bit, and I apologize ahead of time. But if you're part of the junk journaling group, you probably saw me post pictures of this organizer several months ago, because at that time I did not even have the first clue on how to videotape to get them to be able to download a video. And so I'm learning a little bit more about that. So I just wanted to jump on here really quickly and just share a little bit more about this organizer, because it is so handy, and maybe it will inspire somebody to want to try to do their own. What the base is, if I can get down there, it is just a small wooden Lazy Susan. And so what I did was, those were originally a napkin holder for a restaurant. I took off the metal frame off the top of it. It's just screwed on with some little screws and little washers to hold it on. And so I took it off and I washed it really well and let it dry. And then I decided I wanted to build some type of an organizer for my stuff that I use a lot and I always have to go digging for. And I always knew you could do so many different things with Pringle cans. So they had a pretty good special this last winter on Pringles, and so every time they ran the special, I was buying like 2 or 3 cans at a time. And so when I would get done with them, I'd just rinse them out a little bit and put them up on a shelf to dry. And I figure someday I would come up with a reason to have them, and this was the time that I did it. So these ones at the top are made out of Pringles cans. Some of them, as you can see, I just cut them down to have an opening. Now when I done this, I really should have evaluated what exactly I was going to put in them, so then I could have judged a little bit more as to how many tall ones I needed, how many short ones I needed, how short are the ones I needed, things like that. And I didn't do that at the time, and I really should have. But it still works. It's very convenient. I love it, because I still have a couple here that are I think this one, this one's empty because it's actually, I don't have any more really tall things to put in it. Even my paintbrushes would go way down in there. So I actually thought about just putting maybe some tissue paper, not tissue paper, that's a valuable product right now, but putting some newspapers or something down in the bottom to bring it up some. Then I could put my paintbrushes in there, because as you can see, this I buy I like the yogurt from Aldi's sometimes, and I had got me a 12-pack, and when I buy a 12-pack I bring the box home as well. Well, then I decided to keep the little bowls, wash them all out, and even use a couple of plastic cups for a couple of taller things in the back row there. But as you can see, I still have more pens, more markers, paint brushes, glue sticks, things like that in there. Just things I need in a quick grab convenience. I just have those there. I have my little crayons and my colored pencils here, which is nice. These are the ones I was using, so I just put them up there so they didn't touch anything and get all sticky. I need to wash those yet. I like things where they're handy, convenient, and organized, and that. But this is my little phone holder here. I thought I'd show that real quick too. This is a godsend when you're trying to prep or something, if you're not filming, if you're not doing a tutorial and filming at the same time. But I just really love my phone holder because I can talk to somebody, I can see who's calling, whatever, while I'm doing my craft stuff. And I love the fact that you can also use it as a pin cushion for some of your bigger things that you need handy. So I make and sell those if anybody's interested. Anyway, back to this thing. So I've got my permanent markers in here. I have 2 sets. I ended up having 2 sets of these. Probably bought them on a special or something, and ended up with 2. So I have 1 set here and 1 set here, and I tried to make sure they get put back in the right spot. Got some miscellaneous pens and stuff in there. Just some highlighters here. And now some of these are made out of Pringles cans. These are made out of a toilet paper roll. This one was made out of, if I'm not mistaken, just a piece of cardboard that was left over from the inside of a paper roll, like a gift wrapping paper roll. And so I just rolled it up and made like a little tiny one to fit in there, and it holds a couple different things there. I just want to fill that gap. And so Pringles. This was part of that paper roll as well, but it was a bigger roll that I had cut off to fit in that one. This one as well, a paper roll. Now that one might actually be a paper towel roll, because I did have a couple paper towel rolls as well. But again, Pringles. Most of these outside ones are Pringles. This piece here was actually the top, like this one was cut off, and I just need that little, oh sorry, that's probably making you really dizzy, I apologize. I needed a little extra something right there, because there was like a little gap left over after putting these others on. And so I thought, oh, let me see what I could do with that. So I just cut it off. Instead of having that weird shape that was, I just cut it off and set it up on there to where it's just kind of like at an angle. You can see some spare pins there, some of my punches, the craft scissors for when the kids come. That one's empty. I've got like some of my little clips just clipped all over in case I need one at a fast grab, handy convenience. And see, some of these are empty because, like I said, I really wish that I would have been more cautious as to what I was going to use in that spot. But that actually, yeah, that's actually tall enough to hold that. Will hold my bony thing. Oh yeah, that would even fit there. So those 2 can stay there actually. And my little blade cutter, I don't like that being down there too handy. My grandson comes over a lot, and he's 2, so he's into everything. He might not be able to get that out so easy. So, okay, back to these. Like I've got some skewers and stuff and that in here. And now the inside, I actually filled in the inside too. Those 2 containers, and those are just like an overflow of pins there. Markers, I mean. And anyway, those 2 containers that are in there are actually the Lay's potato chips that are kind of like a remake of Pringles, but they're only like $1 a can at the Dollar General. And around here they are anyway. And so they're a plastic container, but they're also like more of an oval shape, and then they kind of get bigger and stuff. But anyway, I put those odd shaped ones in the middle there for fillers, and that worked out really well. Again, Pringles can, paper towel roll, or paper roll, I'm not sure which one. More punches, different shapes of punches. These are like a giant paper clip. I got these at Goodwill, and I just went ahead and decorated a couple of them up just to kind of, why paper clip? I've got them right there, and big ones to hold like maybe a signature or something while I'm doing something too, and I need it to hold together or something. But there's another one of those that I've decorated. And this paper, I actually found this paper at Goodwill. Brand new, never opened, and inside the roll of paper is wrapping paper, gift wrap. Inside the roll was also a roll of tissue paper to coordinate with it, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And I've had a lot of fun with this. I've actually cut out of all my scraps from making this. I kept them all because I've actually punched some of those out. I've used my round punch to punch some out. I've fussy cut some of them, and if you watch my last video or a couple, the last two videos, I was saying fancy cut, and I knew that wasn't right, so fussy cut would be the word. Anyway, I cut some of them out to make stamps out of, and just different little decorations. So this wrapping paper just turned out to be really, really convenient and very nice. It's just some square 12 by 12 sheets that was with like the Stampin' Up! Paper and orders, you know, that you can get that sheet of little thin cardboard in with that. It's about the thickness of a cereal box. And so what I done was I cut four of those and glued them together before I wrapped them in this wrapping paper for the decorating. And then I just had this ribbon. It was already gathered. This part here was already gathered up, and I just put that around for an edging, but I didn't like the way it just left a complete raw edge, so I also added this black with gold trim around it, just for, you know, a little added decorating. And I keep spinning that, and I'm probably making you guys so seasick. I really apologize. I'm so sorry. I wasn't even thinking of that. But then I just, you know, did some odds and end decorating, and just things that would make me smile when I look at it. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to get on here and share with you, and, you know, maybe hopefully I've inspired you to come up with your own. You know what you need. Don't do like I did ahead of time. You know, sit down ahead of time and actually think about what you're going to put in each thing, and believe me, that will help you so much to know what size to cut your Pringles boxes and stuff down to. These I got lucky. I just happened to have these really good size to fit those, but this one could have been a little bit lower. You know, this one could have been a little bit lower. I've got spare markers in there, but it could have been a little lower. But yet, in a one way, I don't mind, because I can still get those very easily. But yet, you know, nobody can see it, you know, what's there either, so unless they're overlooking it. But anyway, just sit down, calculate what you're gonna need, cut your Pringles cans. Again, I did rinse them out. Some I just took like a damp towel, not wet, but just like a damp towel, and just kind of put it down in it and twist it around to make sure it didn't have any food elements left in it. And I did not paper all the way down. I just papered where, you know, I thought people would see it. Some of them are probably even less than others, but anyway, yeah, you can see that one's not down as far, because I didn't want to waste the paper, and there's no reason to, because nobody can see that far down in there unless you're videotaping like I am. But again, leave me a comment if you have a question about any of it. If you're interested in buying one of these things or doing some trading for one, I'm willing to let some of them go. I may use one more and maybe sorry about that. Maybe redo another smaller one. So instead of having all these over here stationary like that, I might make me a smaller one to put those type of cups in, maybe in a circle, and so they're really convenient. But again, like this video if you like it, if you enjoyed it. If you have not subscribed to my channel and would like to see more ideas that I come up with, please do, and hit that bell on the side, and that will notify you when I upload another video. Don't have a set schedule yet, but once I can get this all set up and done, I'm hoping to start having a set schedule. So again, thank you. I really enjoyed doing this for you. I hope it really inspires somebody else to put their creative minds to work and try something, and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.